We're in Johor, Malaysia, and we're taking you on a huge food tour.
We're going to be eating street food and in restaurants on this massive food tour. Let's get started.
Malaysia is a food paradise, and we're exploring the towns of Batu Pahat and Muar. There are some really unique and delicious foods to eat here. Make sure you watch to the end of this video because you do not want to miss out on any of this mouth-watering food, especially the poison noodles.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate.
We hope you're hungry. Let's eat.
We're starting our 2-day huge Johor food tour with this dish, and it is called Lontong, and this is a really popular breakfast dish in Malaysia. Let me talk you through what it's made up of. So the star of the show are these things here. They are compressed rice cubes. They're sitting in this really quite watery coconut broth. You've got some vegetables, so some beans, there's some glass noodles in there, there's a dollop of fiery red sambal, and then you've got this sort of omelette style egg on top. So I'm just going to try some of this lontong. These are the compressed rice cubes, and get a little bit of that broth as well. So they're really simple in flavour. They're quite sticky, a little bit gluggy, and then that broth has got a really smooth coconut flavour. And I think I can taste maybe a little bit of seafood in there as well. I'm going to rip a bit of this egg off. So it's cooked almost like an omelette, and then get another chunk of this lontong and get some vegetables and sambal in that mouthful as well. Alright, that looks like a pretty good bite. That egg is really tasty. Really simple flavours in this dish. It's really subtle. That creamy coconut flavour is quite strong, and you've got that spicy sambal hit. And then that lontong is just pretty plain, but there's something really comforting about it. It's really satisfying. This is a great start.
Johor is really well known for its Nasi Biryani, so for our next stop we're going to pop into this restaurant and grab one of those. We've ordered a plate of the Nasi Biryani gum, and whoa, is it a pile of good looking food. So there's this beautiful looking basmati rice with these beautiful colors all through it. The protein they use here is lamb or kambing. So there's this, whoa, it's actually really big. Look, if I pull that up out of there. So there's a big piece of lamb sitting in the middle of the dish, and it's come with some acha, so some pickled veggie here. There's pineapple, red onion, and some cucumber. And then also as this little side, we've got some vegetables. So vegetables just in a curry gravy. Oh, and I see some cashew nuts in there too. So some really soft cashew nuts. And this is all cooked in these giant, enormous pots all together. So it should be infused with flavor. Let's just try some of this rice first. Oh, that cashew nut was as soft as butter. Oh, but it's giving a creamy texture now. Let's grab another bit. I've got some residue from the meat here. It's not actual chunks of meat, but it's that residue from the side. And I'm going to grab some acha. So we've got some cucumber and some pineapple here to go with it. Let's try. That is incredible. The acha, so those vegetables, had a really sharp tang because they're pickled in like a vinegar. So they're crunchy and tangy. The rice is super creamy, and the spice levels are perfect. The chili spice, so the hotness from it is not overly extreme at all. So there is this little sambal or chili sauce on the side. That's going to go really well with it. And it's time to rip into this huge piece of lamb. So look, you can see that huge bone in there. It's cooked on the bone, so it should be tender as anything. Oh yeah, look, it's just falling off. Look at that, just ripping apart so easily. Oh, the color of that. There is a good chunk there. Let's get some rice, dunk it in that chili. We'll get a bit more on there. Come on, let's get some chili. I might actually give this a swim in this gravy from this vegetable curry that came with it. So we'll just dunk it in there. Oh, that's going to be a good mouthful. Oh, the lamb is super soft. The flavor's sort of the same all through the dish, but it is such a good flavor because it's not too punchy. It just all goes so well together. That chili wasn't hot either. That was just a perfect little spice tang. Whoa. Oh, this is great. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. A little bit of fat on there just to give it a bit of, you know, that beautiful texture of fat. Get some more veggies. Come here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love these red onions. The red onions add a beautiful tang. The rice, the texture of the rice is just mind-blowing. Perfect. Wow, this is a tasty meal.
Our next stop is for one of Batu Pahat's most famous dishes, mi racun or poison noodles. So let's go and grab a bowl. We've sat down at our table at this awesome roadside eatery and we've been served up our mi racun tulang. Oh my gosh, this dish is so exciting, mainly because there is a straw sticking out of the lamb leg so that you can suck the marrow out of the bone easily. Like, that is just so thoughtful, right? I'm gonna just go in for the suck because, I mean, like, the straw is begging. The marrow in there is so fatty, so silky. So mi racun, what is this dish made up of? There is just so many ingredients in here. So we've got some onions, tofu, there's some fried shallots, pieces of chili, some tinned peas, there's some yellow noodles hiding in there, so you can see those noodles, and it's all languishing in this broth. So I think it's a spicy chili broth, so that's it there. It's relatively thick, and then you've got these huge pieces of lamb leg. I am so excited about this dish. It looks like such a beautiful mess. There's just so many delicious looking things in this bowl, but I'm going to try this broth first. Oh yeah, that gravy is crazy good. It's really spicy, but it's also a bit sweet, so it tastes like it's got a bit of tomato flavor in there, and I can actually see bits of tomato in this bowl. So what I'm going to do now is just construct the perfect mouthful. So I've got the tofu, I'm going to get some of these noodles or mi, grab a chunk of that tomato, some of that onion. Oh yeah. I don't think I can fit any of the lamb on here, but let's just go for this one. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So good. The vegetables are cooked so beautifully. So the onion is really sweet, it's really tender, but it's still got some crunch. Those noodles are springy and have a bit of bite. And that tomato flavor is just insane. It's the perfect balance of spicy and sweet and tangy. Let's just go for a bit of this lamb leg though. It's looking pretty. Oh, did you see how that meat just fell off? I barely pushed it. Oh, look at that. Alright, I'm going to push a little bit more of this meat off the bone there, and then get a big mouthful. Get some of that tofu as well. Oh gosh, there's going to be another humongous bite. I reckon this is called mi racun or poison noodles because they pretty much are deadly good. This is just amazing. There's so many different textures. That lamb was so tender. The crunch from the onions, the crunch from the chili, and then that tomato sauce is really just the hero of the dish. It just binds all those ingredients together and it is so addictive. This is insanely delicious.
It's now day 2 of this massive food tour, and we've come to the town of Muar, where we're going to have Asam Pedas, which is a fish stew. And look at this beautiful location to have this dish.
This fishing village that we're eating at is famous for its Asam Pedas, or fish stew, and just look at it. So I've got half a fish here. It's a siakap or a barramundi, and it's just sitting in this huge, or swimming rather, in this huge puddle of tamarind broth. So it looks super spicy. Look at all that chili that is being poured over that fish. I've got to give this broth a go because it looks really fiery, very flavoursome. Oh, that packs a punch. It's really sour. So that's from the tamarind. And it's also super spicy, so lots and lots of heat, heaps of chili. What I'm going to do is just break into this barramundi and get a huge bit onto my plate. Alright, wow, look at that. Whoa, the fish is so tender. Okay, let's get a huge bit of that. Chuck heaps of that sauce or broth on, or gravy rather. So that Asam Pedas gravy, and get a bit of rice, load up my spoon, and give that a go. Whoa, the fish is so meaty. It's really tender, really flavoursome, really fresh, and then that gravy is just so sour. It's very spicy. It's quite a mellow flavour, so because it's so watery, it's not really, it doesn't have a great depth to it, but the sour spiciness is really refreshing. I can't get over how chunky this fish is. Look how much meat is on there. I'm going to construct another big bite, so I'm going to get some of that fish, load up some rice onto that spoon, and we also ordered some cabbage on the side, so just stir-fried cabbage with a bit of chili and some red onion, I think, and garlic. Let's pop that on. That looks pretty good. Just really simple, bold flavours. So you've got that really spicy sourness from the broth, the fish is really fresh and meaty, and then you've got that crunch from the cabbage, which has just got a great texture. And then this whole food court is actually just dedicated to this one dish, which is crazy, but it's also awesome because it's the perfect spot for it. We're right by the water, all the boats are just behind us. It is stellar.
We've made our next stop for a dish that is really famous in this town, and that is mi bandung. And look at this bowl. So there's some noodles hiding under these humongous prawns, all swimming in this really thick broth. Look at it, it's really gritty and thick. There's fried shallots on top, there's some greens, there's some coriander. You can see those yellow noodles under there. There's also an egg. Oh, look at that yolk. Some egg under there. Oh man, there is so much going on in this dish. But the thing that really stands out with this dish is the smell. It smells incredible. It's full of these prawns and I think shrimp paste and dried shrimp or dried prawns. So the smell is next level. I'm gonna try some broth because that is bound to be good. Oh, that lives up to the smell. It is so deep in flavour. It's got a richness, it's got a small spice. It's super, super heavy on that prawn taste. You can see it's actually quite runny once you mix it up a bit. I thought it was going to be thicker. Let's get some more broth. I'm going to chuck some of those fried shallots on there and break some of that egg off. Oh, look at that mouthful. It's so sweet from the prawns and all that broth. It must be a prawn broth and I think a chicken broth too. It's got a sort of a meatiness as well. That is packed with flavor. This dish gets more exciting as I dig in. Now this is not very obvious what this is, but it is ayam goreng. It's fried chicken. So under those, look, and I'll show you how big these prawns are too. Look at the size of that thing. So underneath those, I found this fried chicken hiding. Unreal. So let's get a big, oh, there's more fried chicken. Yes. I'm gonna get some noodles, some fried chicken, and more of that broth. Let's give it a go. Ooh. Ooh. Spicy in my throat. Mmm. Oh, the chicken's gone all soft and squishy. So it must have been, oh, that spice again. It's not actually that spicy, but it just really caught me. The chicken's gone all soft and sort of gluggy, because obviously it's swimming in this broth. So it's gone all soft because of that. Now I've peeled a couple of these prawns, but I just wanted to hold one up and show you. This is actually the smallest one of the three, and it is still a monster prawn. I want to get more of those shallots, some of these greens as well that are here, and just eat it all. Now the shallots have a really burnt, almost sticky caramelized taste. Mmm. Oh, it's all over me. Oh, this is a hands-on, messy, fun dish. It's down my chin. After I peeled those prawns, I was pretty much wiping up to my elbows because there was broth going everywhere. The shallots, like I just said, have been taken very far. They're chewy, they're caramelized, they're sweet and sticky. That egg adds a creaminess. That is a crazy good bowl. That was an awesome food tour and a bunch of really unique dishes here in Johor.
Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed that one. Remember to head down below, hit subscribe on our YouTube channel, give this video a huge thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Jumpa lagi!
Jumpa lagi!